Hi, I'm Ralph Grizzle, an American.
Hi, I'm Monica Frisk. I'm from Sweden. And välkommen till Stockholm.
Now, we don't have time to explore all 14 islands that make up this Swedish capital or the 30,000 out in the Swedish archipelago. But we do have time to sample the best of what the Swedish capital has to offer. So come along with me as the Avid Cruiser takes on Stockholm. Our first task was to rush to Gamla Stan and the Royal Palace so that we could make it in time for the changing of the guard. Well, I love the changing of the guard.
Oh, so do I. And the fact that it takes place here, right in the heart of the old town.
Yeah, that's lovely. Just a few steps from Old Town, we would go for lunch, and here we would try something that everybody's heard of. So this is a Swedish smorgasbord.
It is, and this is to start with the wonderful herring.
Oh, wonderful for you, not wonderful for me.
I like it.
Here we go, the lingonberry sauce. With it, this has to be köttbullar, the
that's
Swedish
a must
meatballs.
with the Swedish meatballs.
And look at that, beautiful. And here's one of my favorites. Look at those strawberries.
Yes, I think that they are the best in the world, the taste.
But it has a funny name.
Jordgubbe.
Jordgubbe, yeah, sure. Well, that was delicious.
It was, really.
Yeah, so our canal cruise leaves in just a few moments across the street. In a city that's built on 14 islands, of course you have to get out on the water to really see it. And one great way to do that is on a canal tour. Not only is it relaxing, but you get to see a lot.
It certainly is, and we get to see sites as Strandvägen, Djurgården, which we are going through now, and the old town from the water. It's really a beautiful way to see Stockholm.
The canal cruise takes us conveniently back to Stockholm's old town, called Gamla Stan, where our next destination was Storkyrkan, or Stockholm Cathedral. Well, Monica, I know you love churches.
I do, yes, and this is one of the most beautiful ones that I know of.
This is where the royal wedding took place.
That's right. Last summer, our Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel got married here. You know, now I think it's time for a typical Swedish fika. So, Ralph, this is the very typical Swedish fika, the coffee and the kanelbulle.
Yeah, the kanelbulle, of course, is a cinnamon bun. This is Sweden, right. It's where the cinnamon bun originated. And the fika, it's a little bit hard to describe. I mean, we don't have this back anywhere else in the world, I don't think. It would look like a coffee break, but actually this is a Swedish social institution. You know, you don't like to let a day pass without having a fika. And it's where caffeine and carbohydrates sort of catch up with conversation and just taking a break from life. Well, if Gamla Stan has a main street, this is it. This is Västerlånggatan, and it cuts through the heart of Gamla Stan.
That's right. And it's quite busy, so it's also nice sometimes to get off the main street and find the small streets with the shops and everything there.
Yeah, this is a day where there aren't even that many cruise ships in port, and some days it can just be shoulder to shoulder in here. And here you see one of the favorite Swedish things to do, ice cream. No nation loves its ice cream as much as Sweden.
I guess that's
Would you agree?
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Monica's next mission was to go shopping for crystal and shoes. Well, while Monica's out shopping for shoes, I wanted to do a guy thing. And what could be more of a guy thing than to see this giant warship? It's called the Vasa. It's a bit of a tragic story. This ship, which was supposed to be the pride of the Swedish Empire, it went out with cannons and ready for war, and it fell over and sank just a few minutes from where it sits right now. Stockholm has a great variety of museums. There are more than 70, in fact. At the National Historical Museum, you can visit the Gold Room, where you'll find more than 52 kilograms of ancient gold in many different styles. While it's not a museum, Stockholm City Hall is worth a visit. The Nobel banquet ceremonies are held here each December. Next, we join the locals, and what better way to do that than to go to a market? Well, when it comes to markets, this is absolutely one of my favorites. It's called Saloonhallen, of course, and it's here in Östermalm.
That's right, yeah. And here you find a lot of Swedish specialities. Things from all over Sweden.
Is this lingonberry, by the way?
That's lingonberry, yes. When you have the Swedish meatballs, of course you need that.
I see these people are having the Swedish meatballs with the traditional potatoes, and he's rubbing his lingonberry on it as well.
They are, that's right.
Yeah.
You need them with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think since we are here, we should have a typical Swedish dish. It's called toastskagen.
Can you tell us what's in it? Or?
It's a mixture of shrimps, mayonnaise, dill, some lemon and spices.
Wow, there's marinated salmon. So we're going to get a taste of this. This is. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You want it well?
Delicious. Now that we've had a taste of the market, we'd head out to see one of Stockholm's biggest attractions. Well, this is a popular way, the ferry, to get from Gamlestan and Slussen to Djurgården. And Djurgården has quite a lot to offer, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You find the Vasa Museum, Gröna Lund, the amusement park, but we are going to Skansen, the largest open-air museum in all of Scandinavia.
Yeah, Skansen's a lot of fun. Skansen is beloved by all Swedes. In fact, there are buildings from all over Sweden in this open-air museum. It's like Sweden in miniature. It's hard to believe that in the middle of a large city like this that you can find abundant nature and even a zoo with Nordic animals. You get the sense that you're stepping back in time here. Some of Sweden's best handicrafts are presented and preserved here. You'll enjoy watching the craftsmen doing their handiwork. Skansen represents the best of Sweden. And as we were leaving, we found one last example of Sweden's love of simplicity, nature, and quality.
Some new baked bread for you.
Thank you.
So everything in this restaurant is organic?
Everything is ecologic and biodynamic, yes.
Yeah. It's unusual to find such a nice restaurant in a tourist attraction like Skansen.
I guess so, yes.
Yeah.
And what is this,
This is the asparagus soup.
Okay.
And you see the flower because it's midsummer on Saturday, so we do 7 flowers.
Beautiful. Thanks for taking on Stockholm with me. I hope I've given you some inspiration so that you can experience the best of the capital of Sweden. We've got a lot more of the world to explore, so I'll see you next time. So until then, bon voyage.